All right, good morning. Just glancing at the forecast. We're live from Fly on the Wall Productions. Got the Aired Out podcast. Yes, partly cloudy this morning. We're looking at 47 later on for a daytime high, which I think, Raylene, that's pretty good. Is that good sap running weather, 47 day?
I believe so, and it's chilly at night, so yeah.
20s and 30s at night. Isn't that sap running? All right, good. Boy, we saw quite a few sugar houses that were boiling this past weekend. Maple open house weekend, too.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of maple houses, if not all of them, and I don't know, maybe it was all of them, were just wide open this past weekend for the public to come in and see the liquid gold being made. Rain and snow showers tonight, 28, and then tomorrow, more clouds than sun with a high near 40 degrees tomorrow on Tuesday. So could get a little messy for the weekend. We're watching things, but this. I think we've had more snow in the month of
spring.
Yeah, in the month of March than we had in January or February, wasn't it? Isn't that what I'm hearing?
All winter, yeah.
Tomorrow, before we get into our show this morning, tomorrow we have who now? Utah.
Tomorrow we have, I have to look at the calendar. The Bikers for Beth team is going to start coming in and speaking with us little by little. And tomorrow we have Cindy and Travis coming in.
That'll be a good time.
Cindy Breyer and Travis Payette will be in tomorrow. And yeah,
good.
Start the kickoff for that and all they have going on.
Tell me, and very good morning, by the way, 29 degrees and sunny right now. Tell me about this lovely lady that is sitting right next to you.
Well, we all know, I think, by now, this is Brandy Tracy, and she is here to tell us what they have going on in their new organization, which is a ton of stuff. You guys just started January, February?
February 6th was our first board meeting. Yeah.
So they've grown considerable since last year, but considerable just over the last month and a half.
Yes, yeah. And honestly, you guys are doing so much online and behind the scenes that if it wasn't for Raylene, I may not know, because she's keeping very close tabs on what you're doing, Brandy.
I try.
Tell us about the Stephen M. Tracy II Memorial Organization and how incredibly fast it's growing.
Yeah, no kidding. So last year, Raylene was talking about what we were doing. Last year, we were Stephen's Squad, which was just our team name for, we did the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention walks. Yep. So we weren't really anything at that point except a team and doing fundraising for that. And we decided to develop this organization to, one, not step away from suicide awareness, but to not have Stephen's legacy only be around suicide prevention and his manner of death. So we're doing that. And we also wanted to work more for the youth in Williamstown. So that's our board's sort of goal, is to raise funds, do community events, stuff for the kids in Williamstown, like birth through graduation or 18. So that's our goal, is to do fundraising and to support them however we can.
We see you everywhere, and you've got a tent set up here. You're outside. You're just doing so much in the community, and not just Williamstown either. You have a strong presence everywhere, and I think it's really starting to catch on who you are. And what it is that you're doing. And, I was thinking this morning, driving in, moms and dads who have a child who takes their life by suicide, moms and dads it seems we've all seen that they either take a hard left or a hard right. Mm-hmm. And I can't for me, it seems like I would be the type that would take the hard left and just kind of go bury myself somewhere and snip off the rest of the world and just want to be alone. You, on the other hand, and your husband have really taken the bull by the horns, and you're just doing things that you've got to have this innate inner strength to be able to be reminding yourself all the time why you're doing this. Has got to be. It's unfathomable.
Well, I can't say that it would be the same way if we didn't have our daughter. Like if we only had the one child, it might be a whole different story. But we have to keep going for her.
Yeah.
And so we have to do something to honor Stephen as well.
Sure. How many years has it been?
It's been 2 years and 10 months.
Okay, so this is like yesterday. Wow.
Yeah.
And you're forever a mom.
Yeah.
What's that? Say it again.
You're forever a mom. It doesn't matter. You're forever a mom. And yeah, I kind of equate her to the same as I do Jenna's promise, and their will to just do anything and everything they can to keep up the fight that they already started years prior.
Yeah. That's the word. It's will. Having the will to do that. That's exactly right.
Yeah, it's it's absolutely horrible and heartbreaking, but you got to find a way. And so
to do something good from something horrible. And who knows? I mean, who knows how many lives you've touched? You don't know. I mean, you have no idea.
I'm sure many.
I hope so.
I'm sure many.
Possibly even folks watching right now of any age that have either spoken to you or not spoken to you, but come up and maybe grabbed a few items from your table and
the rocks, I think, have made a big impact too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the hidden rocks.
Yeah. Always with a positive message on it. And who does that? Whose idea was that? And who does
Mine.
that?
I do them.
You paint them.
Yes.
And you put them around the community.
Lots of people put them around the community, but I paint them mostly. A couple other people do them sometimes, but
Yeah. We just need more positive messages and to help one another.
Well, and that's why she has the little cards too. That
Yes.
I've given
There's
mine
one
away.
Right here in the front of the.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these that you can pass out the act of kindness cards, and so if you pay it, you pay for somebody's coffee at the drive-through, and
Sure.
you pay for that, and you leave this too, so that they can take this with them, and
Sure.
hopefully it just keeps moving.
I think one of the messages here is that you may not always be aware, you may not have a clue what kind of impact you're having on somebody else's life. It could be direct, it could be very indirect, but to just put the message out there. Hey, we're all, frankly, running around this planet together, trying to figure this thing out called life, and sometimes it can be pretty shitty.
Yeah, you have no idea what other people are going through, so just be nice.
Right. Especially our youngins, our kids in school. Not only are they in school, they're trying to learn, they're trying to keep up with the expectations, not only in school, but also expectations at home. Maybe the family life isn't good. Maybe all of the pieces aren't matching up. And on the outside, many of us know how to put on a pretty good show. But on the inside, more often than not, there's something else that's going on. For many of us, and not necessarily all of us, but it seems like a good percentage of us in society. we have our own. Look at the teachers that are dealing with the different pressures, not only at home but also in the classroom. We have so many occupations where you're in customer service, what have you, that you need to just bury it for a couple of hours and put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
If what's going on internally is not jiving with that, that can accumulate over time, and you can be an unhappy person on the inside, but on the outside appear to be quite content with life. What was the thing with Stephen is that was the case. He was
sarcastic and funny and happy-go-lucky, super people pleaser, like wanted to make everybody else happy. So yeah, we never
had friends.
Oh yeah, lots of friends. He has a bunch of the boys for the second year in a row have an AAU team named Stephen Squad. So like lots of his friends are still honoring him and missing him, and
that's awesome.
Yeah,
trying to wrap their heads around it.
Still, because he seemed
like the happy kid. Yeah.
The happy kid. Were there any messages to you and your husband that any red flags?
Well, it was just when school had been, COVID had just hit. It was May of 2020. So he was like, oh, this sucks. I can't go see my friends. He was so social. Like, it was just like, okay, buddy, things are going to get back to normal. So he was down, but we didn't expect or realize that he was that depressed.
Yeah.
Who would? Yeah. Who would? Yeah.
I mean, that's I think that's one of the big takeaways for me, and I've chatted with you in the past. You've been on Aired Out before. Is I've got a little girl. I've got an 8-year-old little girl who fits the description of the happy-go-lucky little child. Embracing life, sense of humor, but you've got to, man, as a parent, you've got to always be dialed in and trying to be privy to everything that's going on in your kids.
Especially with social media these days. Oh my goodness, I don't know if Lily has anything like that yet, but it's impossible.
Yeah.
And they change their passwords, and Snapchat is,
right.
It's like
right there and then gone.
You have no idea what's going on.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's already asking for the cell phone. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Kids need to be. I mean, when we were growing up, running around, playing outside.
We never had a computer.
Never had a computer, never had a cell phone. I mean, the cyberbullying that's going on with youth today is unbelievable.
Okay. And that it's on video games as well, because they can play online with anybody anywhere.
Yeah. And what's going on after school is a big deal. Also, it just is. We have as parents, we have a tougher job now than ever. Certainly much more challenging than my parents had, to just be observant and talk to your kids. It's like the old days of at 6 o'clock at night we all sat down at the dinner table, and the TV was off. My mother would literally unplug the phone out of the wall. I know I'm sounding old, but would unplug the phone and we would sit down as a family and talk. How was your day? It was good. Tell me about it. What was good? What was not so good? We still try to do that today. You have teamed up with a couple of different suicide prevention organizations on a big scale, right?
Yeah, so since Stephen passed away, we've worked with American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, AFSP, and we've done a lot of their walks with them. I've done volunteering, tabling events at different places. I go to Wilkins every year. They have a suicide prevention ride. every fall. Yeah, fall. And I've done some trainings with them. And our organization, the new Stephen, we call it the SMT2MO for short, because it's a lot easier than saying Stephen M. Tracy, the Second Memorial Organization. We are going to be hosting a community training through AFSP this fall around, just mental health awareness and suicide prevention for our community in Williamstown.
Where's that going to be? Do you have any particulars on that?
Not yet. We've just reached out to she's not the head of the Vermont chapter, Terry Lavely, and she is going to be running it for us. And we're hoping at the church, the Federated Church in Williamstown, is where we're holding all of our board meetings right now. And they've been super supportive, so we're hoping that will be the location.
Nice.
But if it's not big enough, we might have to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just started this in February. When was your first meeting?
The 2nd, February 2nd, 6th. February 6th.
And
Yep.
so it literally, this is brand new, out of the gate.
Less than 2 months old.
Yeah.
That's why I love doing this. And thank you, Raylene, for just
And you,
lining up
so far,
Tracy.
you've done bottle drives
Brandy.
and all kinds of different stuff. And now you're going to do the Egg My Yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that? What is that? I mean, I know what it's about, but
I think it's super cool.
pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Egg My Yard is an Easter event that people can, I'll send you guys a flyer if you don't have it already, but
I do.
people from Williamstown can purchase a certain amount of eggs from us. We have, I think, 24, 45, and 60 or something like that for different prices. And we will come on Easter Eve after 8 p.m. on the 8th and hide eggs all over your yard. And your kids can find them in the morning. They'll be filled with candy. So that's a fun thing that we're
I
gonna
think
do.
that's super cool.
Yeah.
What a super cool idea. Yeah.
I'm just, it's fantastic.
It would be awesome if it was like all over.
Yeah.
If people from all communities jumped on board and said, "We'll do the same thing for your, organization, but
Yeah.
we're going to do it in our city or town."
That would be cool.
Yeah, it would be super cool because that's a really good idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. The night before Easter, I have to get my fat ass off of the couch and go out in the yard with a headlamp and in my Crocs and my pajamas and find places to hide all the eggs. And I don't know. Of course it's fun. Hey, of course it's fun. But if somebody else can do it for me, and we're helping a great cause, that's a fantastic idea.
Right.
Whose idea was this?
I actually borrowed it from the Barry Elks. They're doing it in Barry. So I borrowed it from them.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. How many yards do you have?
Right now we have 4 or 5, just a few. Yeah.
All right. So you're looking for more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So how does someone say, plug me in? I want to do this. And how do they pay for it?
So we've just got a bank account. We've so many behind the scenes things that we've had to do
Wow.
to get. So they can write us a check. We're supposed to be getting our Venmo account maybe over the weekend. I'm not sure if it happened yet or not. Our treasurer is doing that. So they could do Venmo or write a check to SMT2MO or give us cash. And they can either call me, 802-522-6451. That number's on the flyer.
One more time?
802
Yep.
522
Yep.
6451 is my cell.
6451.
Yep.
Okay.
Or message me on Facebook. And also our secretary, you could email her.
Okay.
And that is smt2mo secretary@gmail.com.
Okay. And of course, I'm going to get this all after.
Yeah.
You will. And
And
it's
it's
on the
all on the
flyer.
flyer.
It's on the flyer.
And
Yep.
Raylene's been blasting the
Awesome.
the
It's on
flyer
the
on
flyer.
our page.
Good.
So that's the night before Easter. This is such a great idea.
Yeah.
Such a great idea. Let's talk about the hot wings at the Billtown Roadhouse. That competition is Can we call it a competition?
I think
Well,
so.
that's
Why
what
not?
it
I think we
is.
can call it a competition.
Yeah.
Is on the 15th of April. And it was the Billtown Roadhouse that called us and said, we want to do something. And we want to do it. We want to connect in with some kind of charity or some kind of organization locally that is helping them out. And they were the ones that thought of you guys. So,
Awesome. Yeah, Mike has been very supportive. Yeah.
yeah.
In the wing competition is not a how many you can eat. There are 10 wings, and it's the last person standing. So who can survive the heat is what it is.
They
So
start
go
out
up in varying degrees.
Yes.
They go up in varying degrees.
And
yes.
the last wing, I think, is 6.5 million Scoville units.
Yeah,
Steven would
super
love
hot. They are infused wings. They're not just coated wings.
Right.
They're infused. There are 10 of them. It's $20 to register.
Yes.
We still need participants in that. So please check out the poster. Get in touch with them over at the Roadhouse, or even us. That's fine. I will do what I have to do to make sure that you get signed up.
We just dropped the phone number to register, the 461-9952. But, yeah, there's a cap on 10 contestants. I think we're like 3 or 4 right now.
Yes.
And Chuck and I are 2 of them.
Yeah. So we need to get that number boosted up.
Yeah. It's from 4 to 6. Crazy Country's going to be performing that night. Bikers Against Child Abuse, the Vermont chapter, is also going to be there representing. And again, proceeds are going to benefit the Stephen Tracy
And
organization.
there will be other things going on, wing specials, different things like that. There's other things going on. So please join us.
And I think we're going to do a 50-50.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
And we'll be there. So
Of course you're going to
what other reason do you need? Come.
Right.
Of course.
That's right.
Of course.
Exactly.
Do you know anyone who's going to be a contestant yet?
I don't.
Okay.
I know my neighbor has talked about it a little bit, but I'm not sure if he's registered or not.
Darlene's asking again for the cell phone for the organization, and it's 522-6451. That's you.
That's me, yeah. And I should make sure to say that right now that's only open to Williamstown residents
For
for the egg.
the egg thing.
Yeah.
All right. 522-6451. I'm putting that on there right now for folks to get in touch with you directly. And you have some, lack of a better term, some merchandise. You have bracelets and other things that you sell.
We're working on them right now.
Okay.
Yipes is actually designing the logos for us.
Did she just say yipes?
She did.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we love them.
We do too.
We love yipes.
They're amazing. That's my next stop. Actually, I'm going to check in there.
Okay.
See how that's coming. We're going to have T-shirts and hoodies and caps. I'm not sure about bracelets yet, but we're going to have all that stuff. And Yipes is making us a poster with a QR code. They're going to set up the online store so people can just go right on there and order what they want. Yeah. So we're going to have some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome that they do that online store down there. A couple of different events that have happened recently and in Williamstown, actually, for the basketball teams and stuff. It's you click on the link and it takes you direct to order. You can order right online. It's awesome. So.
And Yipes deals with everything. Like the payments go to them. They cut us a check for our portion. Like they just
Yeah.
take care of everything.
Yeah.
So great like that. Have you had any interactions with other parents who have traveled the road that you've been on?
Yeah. Obviously at the walks, I've talked with some people. And I did survivors, I forget what it's called, but basically like a survivor day where you go and you just sit with other people, you talk about your loss, do like a common craft activity together. So I have had some.
Yeah. This auction that you did,
Last year.
that was huge.
It was. Yeah, that was for the AFSP walk.
Tell me about that.
So we have our team of was like 25 people on our team last year, I think. And we asked for donations from businesses we got everywhere, like Bolton Valley and Sarducci's. We got donations from tons of places. And then we did a Facebook auction. So we would post 5 or 6 items on Sunday, and the auction would run until Saturday evening. And then we'd post, like it was like a month long, maybe 6 weeks. We posted different items each week, and people purchased them or bid on them. It was fun. It was fun to see people like outbidding their friends. And
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You going to do that again?
I'm not sure that that's something we're going to do. We've talked about, so we have, I'm trying to remember everything we have coming up. We have, the Week of the Young Child starts April 1st. So we're going to work with the library. April 1st, we're doing, it's a free event for kiddos to come in and make cloud dough. The Williamstown is Aldrich Library. Ainsworth Library? I always say them wrong.
Yeah.
Aldrich is right here in Barrie.
Ainsworth.
Yeah.
Ainsworth. Sorry about that.
In Williamstown.
Yes. So that's April 1st. We're doing that.
Saturday. That's a Saturday,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Okay.
And then we have
What are they making?
cloud dough. So it's basically it's cornstarch and lotion or conditioner. They just mix it together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's super soft and fun.
Yeah, there's some of that squished into the carpet upstairs at my house.
I didn't do it.
No, I'm serious. I'm not even joking. Go ahead.
So that, and then we have the egg my yard, the 8th. I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. The wing contest, and then
April 15th at
Yep.
the Billtown.
we're going to be doing the ATV ride again with the Billtown Wheelers. We're
Great.
working with them. So the Billtown Wheelers, June 3rd is the ATV ride, and it's going to be a poker run this year.
Yeah, they're already posting that, as are we.
Yep. So we're looking for sponsors for T-shirts.
I'm not surprised.
She's
one
amazing, isn't she?
They're already running that.
Yep.
You said T-shirts?
Yep. So we're looking for sponsors for T-shirts, so that business sponsors.
Okay.
So for $100, they get their name on the back of the T-shirts that we sell.
We'd like to do that.
Yay! Thank you.
We'd like to do
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Okay. So consider us,
Okay, I'll add you to my list.
please.
Thank you.
Yes.
So you're looking for more sponsors.
Yes.
Who's making the shirts?
Yipes.
Did you just say yipes? All right. June 3rd.
Yes, that's the day of the ride. And it'll be a poker run.
That's the Billtown Wheelers.
Billtown Wheelers and our organization are doing it together. So they're organizing the route and running that part, and then we'll be selling the T-shirts and potentially having a food truck there.
Nice.
So we're just got to figure out the route and the stops and all that stuff.
How about the support that you get from the town of Williamstown and businesses in Williamstown?
Well,
They're amazing.
yeah, they are. Yeah. And we've had a couple of businesses offer to do different things, offer to host us for our meetings. The church actually works out great. So we haven't had to take anyone else up on that. But we've had lots of businesses offer things if we decide to do. So in August, potentially, we're talking about doing the calendar auction. So different from what we did last year, but the online calendar auction, people have a calendar, and each day there's a different item they could win. They just pay whatever. We haven't developed a price yet, but they pay a price for one ticket, and they are entered every day to win a prize.
Nice.
Darlene is saying, please let Tracy know that if she needs help, to get in touch with her, Darlene Avery.
Okay, thank you.
This Stephen Tracy ride was last year.
This is a 4th year.
Yeah.
4th.
So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he passed away in May, and they did a ride immediately, like within the month of 2020. So they did 2020, 21, 22, and now 23. This is his 4th ride. Yeah.
So what do you do with this money? Are you like things can get complicated with the bank, and are you like a 501c3 now, or
We are applying for that. It's a process, but we have applied for our nonprofit status. Yeah. And the money from the ride, the ATV ride and poker run with the Billtown Wheelers, goes towards a graduating Williamstown student who's going into the trade. So they'll get a check. So they can apply I've posted how they can apply. All this, the Williamstown School, the tech centers have all received that application. So if they're not going to a 4-year college, they're going into a trade in, nursing or carpentry or plumbing or hairdressing, anything, and they need support with supplies, clothing, materials, they can apply for that award.
Would we call it an award or a scholarship? Or
We can't call it a scholarship technically.
Gift.
That comes out of my mouth often, but
Yes.
it's not technically a scholarship. Yeah, a gift. Yeah,
Okay.
a monetary gift.
Wow. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
And hopefully, whoever that senior is will be continuing to bang this drum of this message behind where these dollars have come from
Yeah, hopefully.
and be part of your organization.
We have several students now who are part of the organization. So that's been
Wow.
really exciting, having younger people, 16, 17-year-old kids, younger people come to our board meetings. And so it's fun to show them that process of running a board meeting and how an organization runs, but also getting their feedback on stuff. And, it's just amazing to see the way they communicate, and they're trying to be diplomatic and
Yeah.
but that's kind of stupid. And
Yeah, right. Sure.
and it's great to get their feedback. And
Right.
sometimes it's yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you've got a board now.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we have. So I'm the president, and then Pam Corvo is our vice president. Her son Cash was friends with Stephen. Kathy Ducharme is our treasurer, and her son Thomas was friends with Stephen. And then Amanda Mills Brown is our secretary, and her daughter Amelia comes to all of our meetings as well.
Great lady right there.
They're
Nice.
all amazing ladies,
Yeah.
Nice.
so ambitious and energized, and yeah, it's awesome.
Wow. This and you're going to do your walk too.
Yep, we'll have a walk. We'll form a team under the organization this year to do the walk in Montpelier,
AFSP.
AFSP walk. Yep,
That'll be in Montpelier.
yep.
September?
September. I think the tentative date is September 30th, but it has not been finalized yet.
You'll let us know.
Yeah, of course.
For sure. And we'll do all we can to promote that.
Thank you.
You're really you're like we said when we started. You're really growing. And this is it's remarkable what's happening in a short period of time. And it's not anything that you can just kind of throw into autopilot. You have to have your hands on the wheel of this thing.
Oh, yeah.
And be
All the
Yeah,
time.
the board is
Yeah.
messaging every day. We're always talking. And we're working on a letter because part of our mission is to support kids. So if there's a student who wants to go to, say, they're in drama and there's a play or something and they can't raise the funds to go, we're working on an application and a letter to the school so that we can support students with those sorts of things. That's our primary goal, is to give financial assistance if they need it. And also we'll be meeting with the rec board, the Williamstown Rec Board, because they're amazing. They're doing so much.
yeah.
Yes, they are.
So hopefully,
Megan's always sending us something that
Yeah.
she's got going on.
so
Yep.
I'll go to their next meeting, and hopefully we can collaborate with them on some stuff too.
Have you had a chance to go to any school and speak to students?
No, I have not.
Is that anything that is on your radar?
Possibly, if I don't pee my pants thinking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. The superintendent in Williamstown, Superintendent Fetters, has been very open to conversations and supporting us. So hopefully that's something we could do. Or even if we supported financially them having trainings in the school,
Sure.
that's something we could do too.
Yeah. That's a much tougher situation, I think, to be in, to know how to even approach that with kids, especially if they're not your own.
Sure.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder, there's just some things that as a parent you want to do at home in
Yes.
case there's emotion involved and stuff, and it's just such a
Yeah. And normally when organizations come in and do those sorts of trainings or talks, they will have specialist support people behind the scenes where if kiddos are having a hard time, they can go get help. Yeah. I have spoken at the AFSP walks, though. I've, shared my story in that way.
Wow.
But
And
not in
here.
schools. And here.
Yeah, and here. We love you. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than, you have our full support. I mean,
Thank you.
whatever you're doing, we'll help you in any way that we can, plain and simple. And let's get more folks. I don't care if you live in Williamstown or not, that are saying the same thing to you. How can I help? What can I do? Whether you have kids or not, get involved with this message.
Absolutely.
These are rough times.
Well, we're in crisis mental health wise,
Absolutely.
big time, and which has led to addiction and overdose and suicide. I read an article this morning where we are the highest in the United States for suicide rate
I'm not
Vermont?
surprised.
in the last year.
Yeah. I know last year
Yes.
we were like the third highest, so I'm not surprised.
And this year, we're already, I posted the article this morning. And in the United States, Vermont falls number one.
Our little
Like,
state.
Our little state. And that's frightening. That means that we need to really think about what we're doing and how we're going to help each other, and because it's across the board. It's me, it's you, it's not
Sure.
it's a huge umbrella. When we say mental health, what we thought of mental health even 10 years ago is nothing
Sure.
like it is right now. And thank God we are fortunate enough to also be partners with Washington County Mental Health and all the services that they provide, and
Huge.
them starting to do the Wellness Wednesdays so that you have a moment to take a breath and you have a moment to learn what's available to you, and it's a big deal. And a lot of people don't know what's available and they don't know how to get it. And like addiction, like anything else, the stigma is so
Huge.
big
Yeah.
and so real.
Yep.
But really it shouldn't exist anymore, because we're all going through the same shit, and it just has gotten.
Yeah.
We may not all be going through addiction, but we are definitely all going through some sort of mental health crisis. I don't care who you are. I don't care how happy you are, how happy you think you are, how thick your wallet may be, whatever. There's always, none of us can say that every day of our life is peaches and creams.
Sure.
It's just not.
Even pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just, yeah.
We
So
all
be kind, like she says, and learn how to reach out and
right.
and
We all have
little things.
We all have different ways of coping, and I shared with Raylene a few days ago. One of the ways that Sherilyn copes with stress is she watched these stupid ass videos on her. What are they? The feeds there?
The reels.
The reels, and just sits there and laughs for half an hour or so. But honestly, it's like, and we say this all the time. You pick up your phone today. You get online. The churches are in crisis. The banks are, the banks are dissolving. It's like the staffing issues. Look at what staffing in schools. They can't find any bus drivers. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on about all of the bad. If you need bad news, just turn your phone on. It'll be right there in front of you. Scroll around. It's everywhere.
The phone's part of the problem, I think.
It is.
We don't know
Of
how to
course it
talk
is.
anymore.
Of course it is.
Everything is done through text or email, and very rarely do you
Yes.
actually call and chat with somebody. I mean, I call and chat with my grandmother because
Right.
she's not going to sit and
Sure.
text back and forth with me for an hour and a half. She'll keep me on the phone that long,
Right.
and I love that we are able to talk like that. And
Even
But,
you say
you
to
know-
me, "Don't be an ass. Call me."
yeah, just it takes 2 seconds.
Right.
It drives me crazy
Sure.
when it takes 4 hours to have a conversation we could have in 2 minutes,
Sure.
literally.
Right.
And but even when I think about my mom dying not that long ago, and my brother too, and I think about how many conversations towards the end of their lives were done through text
Yeah.
message,
Right.
and not hearing their voice, and what I would give now for
Yep.
those memories to be in my head and not in a text, to hear my mom, because she didn't talk at all for
Yeah.
like the last 3 weeks of her life. She just stopped
Yeah.
talking. And so what a big deal it is.
Right.
I think we've lost sight of that too.
We
and
have. If you
really
can't
forgotten how to communicate.
if you can't talk with someone face to face, by God, call them and use your voice. Speak. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Check
the tone
course.
and
Oh my
how
gosh,
you
yes.
is huge. I mean, you don't know. Somebody can tell you they're having a great day, and why wouldn't you believe them? You just read that, right? That they're having
Sure.
a great day.
Sure.
But when you're standing in front of somebody, and if you know them well, maybe not even all that well,
Right.
and they say, "Yeah, everything's great," you can tell sometimes that,
Yeah.
or what the majority of the time with body language and
Sure.
just when somebody's bullshitting you.
Yeah. Listen, I'll be the first to say. I mean, we use this platform. We use Aired Out as an opportunity for our own mental health check. We come in here and goof around and say horrible things to each other and make each other laugh and try to make others laugh. And we goof around so much on the air here.
Even on days when we really don't want to. I mean, I've come
Yes.
in here
Right.
in literal tears before, told you
Yes.
how awful something is, how
Right.
shitty the weekend has been.
Right.
And he hits the mic and that's it. You
Yeah.
have to be done with that for that hour.
Right.
Here I am with this smile,
Yeah.
So we all do it.
We all do it. Inject some joy into others' lives in whatever way it is. If you're a horrible singer, sing. I mean, that's what we say.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in here.
You want to tell us what your mission statement is?
Oh, sure.
Oh, you got that written down?
She does.
I didn't want to.
She has everything. She's
Why didn't you tell me that? No, no.
You had your hand out.
No, you read it.
So our official mission statement is our organization's mission is to help the Williamstown youth community. We will do this by coming together as a group and supporting the needs of our young people. As a nonprofit organization, we will strive to bring the community together while promoting mental health awareness and reducing at-risk behavior.
yeah.
That's a tall order right there. You know? You
But
do
they're
know.
doing it.
We're ambitious.
You're doing it. I mean, that's a lot of work right there.
Mm-hmm.
You need as many people, not just to pat you on the back and say, "Hey, Brandy, you're doing a great job."
To support. Their support says that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what can I do? When's the next event that you're going to do? Can I help you set up the tent? Can I help you move some shirts? If you ever have anything you need to sell to support your mission, bring it in here, right, Raylene?
Awesome.
Use these microphones. They belong to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in here. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting?
I don't think so. I mean, we have a lot of stuff posted this morning, and there's all kinds of stuff going on and different events, and please register for the wing competition.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you want to have your yard egged and you live in Williamstown, call.
Yes. And when we say egged,
Get that set up.
we're talking about Easter eggs.
Right, in a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way. No one's going to come and,
No, bright fluorescent eggs
Yes.
with chocolate inside.
right, full of candy.
Williamstown only.
Yes,
Right
for
now,
this
yes.
year, for right now.
All right. I think that thing could take off too, especially if you got volunteers that are willing to
Right. Yeah.
jump on board and
I think it would be awesome if that
Yeah.
grew.
Hopefully next year we could be bigger. Yeah.
I know you'll stay in touch with us. You always do. And again, not to sound like a broken record, but anything that we can do to help, we genuinely mean that. So thank you very much. Raylene, thanks for getting Brandy back in here.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a marvelous rest of your Monday. We'll have Cindy and Travis in here tomorrow morning talking about Bikers for Beth.
Yeah, the kickoff for that.
Going
That,
by
that
memory.
means it's really, truly spring.
Oh. I can't believe
Hopefully it won't
Saturday-
be spitting snow when they ride this year.
I know. Saturday's April 1st.
Yeah.
Lily and I are already concocting all of these pranks that we're going to do on Mom. Some of which I think will go quite well, and there will be some laughter, and other ideas that Lily has not so
You
much.
might be in big trouble. Yeah.
It's pushing it. It's
And keep
pushing
watch. People have been asking who's doing Easter brunch, breakfast. Keep watch. I am going to try to compile a list of those and get those posted up for you.
Yeah.
Of who's doing that. A lot of people like to go have Easter brunch, and we know that we don't have the steakhouse anymore. That's
Right.
where my family went for I don't know how many years, and so.
This Saturday is Recycled Percussion at the Barry Auditorium.
Yes.
And then just a few days later, on the 5th, is the 14th Annual Central Vermont Job Fair at the Barry City Auditorium. The 20th of this of next month of April is the big one at the Champlain Valley Fairgrounds.
Yeah, 420.
With the Vermont Associated General Contractors of Vermont.
Yes.
Building today a Vermont for tomorrow.
And
So,
tonight, tune in 8 o'clock to the Barry Beat podcast.
yes, who you having on?
Michael, it'll just be Michael and I, to my knowledge so far. It'll be just Michael and I here.
Dear God.
I know. But we're going to tell you everything that's happening with the city council meeting tomorrow night.
Yep.
What to expect. We're going to pick it apart a little bit. And we will be talking about the Wheelock building.
Okay.
A committee reset, a few other things. So tune in 8 o'clock. And I promise I try to keep it a little bit funny, even though it's,
Michael needs to loosen up. I'm just. What do I have to do? Do I have to moon him?
I don't know, but if you could see his eyes if I say, like, shit.
Oh.
If I say
Oh.
the
No
face
one has
he
ever
makes.
said shit.
Yeah. And I have let the bomb go a couple of times.
That's
and that poor
great.
man just about has a heart attack
We've
over
all
there.
let the bomb fly.
Yeah.
Brandy has. Well,
You know.
Come on. We're all,
And
human.
well, he gets a little bit tense with me sometimes.
Please.
Oh my God, hang on.
Wednesday, possibly Tom Lozon in here?
Yes, what? I don't know because we're getting awful close to the wrap up of tax season.
Yeah.
But I'll let you know Tuesday
All right.
sometime.
Thursday.
That's going to happen.
Thursday, we're gonna chat with Tanya at the Central Vermont Chamber.
Yes.
On Thursday.
And then Thursday we also have Washington County Mental Health.
Yes, that's right.
So
Is
that
it
was
Heather
good.
that's going to be in here?
And a couple others, some of the providers for Wellness Wednesday, because Wellness Wednesday starts the following week,
Yes.
the first Wednesday in April.
April 5th,
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Okay.
So
That'll
we'll
be great.
we'll talk everything Wellness Wednesday on Thursday, and then on Friday,
Paul Brody.
Paul Brody. So
Right.
mixing things up a little bit
Yeah.
this week.
It's going to be a great week. Thank you again
Thank you.
for coming in here. Thanks, Raylene, for everything you do. Hope you had a great weekend, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow morning right here on Air It Out.